Dr. Byarugaba Baterana has been the executive director for Mulago National Referral Hospital for 11 years. He was, however, interdicted last week following his arrest by the State House Monitoring Unit over allegations of misappropriation of 28.8 billion shillings. Dr. Baterana has handed over office to his deputy, Dr. Rosemary Byanyima, in the presence of the Mulago board leaders and members and Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Health, who represented Permanent Secretary Dr. Diana Atwine. After handing over office, Dr. Baterana, who has several charges leveled against him, used the opportunity to point out sticky issues that affect the performance of the hospital.
The requirements in Mulago are too heavy and the budget is very small. If I can tell you, half of the budget almost goes for the salaries and another big percentage goes for what we call the pension and gratuity. So the non-wage recurrent is actually very little, and that's what would be able to run the hospital. Because water and electricity, the budget comes when it is already ring-fenced, so the non-wage recurrent is very, very, very small.
While giving remarks as the supervising ministry, the Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Health asked Baterana to cooperate with the investigating team. Baterana was, however, applauded for being civil.
BB, I can only say that as a ministry and as people who have oversight over this institution, we only pledge that we are going to work with the responsible agencies to ensure that the issues on the table are resolved or they are brought to the conclusion so that the facts are known, and then we see how to move forward. So we shall engage with those who are responsible to ensure that the investigations and whatever it is they need to establish is established in good time.
Although Baterana's legal team is challenging his interdiction, Kenneth Akiri wants the incoming ED to deal with the uncertainties and anxiety among the staff and also bridge the various gaps.
This is a big institution, so unless you rely on the systems and processes, it is unlikely that you can manage. So the moment you strengthen the systems and processes, then the accountability will fall into place. But
the chairperson of the board, Professor Edward Kanyesji, had this message to Byanyima, who worked with Baterana as a middle-level manager for 7 years and 2.5 years as his deputy.
And I want to implore you that you will need the humility to revert to your subordinates, to be able to learn from them how to run this office. And you also need to be able to keep enough cordiality with your predecessor to be able to consult him, because it is very, very difficult. Once you sit in this office alone, it is like conducting a surgical operation when you just finish internship. At internship, there is always a consultant behind you.
I work closely with the Ministry of Health, the board, management board, and of course the most important, the internal customer, the staff.
Mulago Hospital has been under the spotlight on several occasions on allegations of mismanagement of funds and also poor service delivery. The hospital's board of directors, members, and also the Ministry of Health have tasked the incoming executive director to ensure that she works with her staff and redeem the image of the biggest referral hospital in Uganda. But that can only happen when there are systems in place and a committed staff to ensure that they serve Ugandans better. Sudhir Yaruhanga, NTV at Mulago Hospital.